I thought some of the Volstaters would appreciate seeing this little pamphlet. I guess Susan Reynolds called it a road book from 2009. There's all the starters on the ferry. You'll have to just pause it and appreciate the details. That quote is part of a little inside joke. Gary and Susan had a bet on who would make the Overlook first, and Gary claims that he took that title due to experience and treachery. Presumably you can just pause it to read. Scott Maxwell and John Price there. Marv Skagerberg, who I haven't seen in a number of years. D. Wayne and his crew James. I think Dwayne won 4 times. I think he didn't win once, maybe. You'll appreciate that that's the finish line with no barrier fence. Keith Woodall's wife got her van stuck in the mud hole in the woods. Had to drive that out. I think she made it in time to see him finish, just by a few seconds. 5:12 was considered a monumental achievement for a screwed runner, which it is, but now obviously that time has been brought down a fair bit. One of my best buddies all time, Byron, at the Rock. There's a couple of John Price. .516, and he will remind you that he started late. I'm trying to think what road that is. I guess it's on the side of 412 somewhere. Oh, this people will love. There's the original Wiggle Wagon that made it all the way to Manchester and got Joe second place by my memory. No, I guess it wasn't. That was a different year that he got second to Julie. Patrick and Peter relay run. Patrick ran 30 some odd strolling gyms in a row and had a super long streak at the Atlanta Marathon, I think. Don Winkley and Donald Brown. Gotta love the sunrise finishes. Scott Maxwell again. He was a good dude. Since passed. Cindy Graves and David, the bikers. There was her feet. They were bad. They were some bad feet in the shin splints. Rita Barnes, that's her second or third time finishing. O'Melia. Pay no attention to this. That's not true. It took him a lot longer than that to get there from the Blue Bridge. And true to his word, he has never put himself through this again. This was one of the all-time great finishes. Rich Leemacher on day 2, we thought no way he would even survive, but he got into shape on the way and made it with, up until that time, the slowest finish, since eclipsed many times. This is one of the truisms that we've celebrated at the finish line for years now. Which one is worse, Running fast for a few days or slow for more. They're both worse. There you go. That was a cool thing Susan did. I haven't heard from her in quite a long time. Hopefully she's well.